Welcome to this P-5 webinar where we will be sharing the plan for transitioning to remote learning for preschool through 5th grade classrooms. This webinar is approximately 12 minutes long, but please pause as needed to capture notes for yourself or process the information provided. We will also provide a PDF version of the slides with this recording for your reference so that you can access any embedded links. Thank you for all your patience as we have worked hard to develop the plans we will share with you today. We know many of you are eager to learn more about the online learning plan for you and your students, as well as begin planning for the launch with students and families next week. Our outcomes today are to communicate the purpose of the P-5 remote learning plan, provide considerations for transitioning to online learning spaces, understand the purpose of the daily virtual learning pathway document, as well as share important details for each content area. As we share the purpose of our learning plan, there are many considerations for teachers as they transition from physical classroom spaces into digital and online learning spaces. This transition is most certainly challenging for our students and families who may be experiencing increased hardships as a result of this situation. Caring for our students and families is just as important as any content or learning experience we engage them in. In addition, we know our APS educator family is also impacted, so we designed our plan to be simple for educators and families. Our main goal for preschool through 5th grade students is to provide access. We want students to be able to access you as their classroom teacher, access connections to their classmates, and access a variety of core and choice learning resources they can navigate at home throughout the day with our guidance and support. As a reminder, there should not be an expectation that students are graded on any work they may submit. First, we want to provide you with an overview of the resources and content students will have available to them. In order to support students and families with navigating online learning, we created a daily virtual learning pathway resource so parents can support their children with creating a daily schedule for learning in each content area. This is designed to be a one-stop shop for an elementary student and parent, which will guide them through our recommendations for core instruction each day in literacy, math, science, social studies, and electives. This is shared with you in the slide deck as well as on the remote learning website in several places. Please plan to post within your Google Classroom. The coordinators will update the content of the links as applicable or needed in the upcoming weeks. Next, we will briefly walk you through each section of the pathway and provide specific information for each content. The first, and we believe most important part of the learning pathway is the daily connection you will provide to students through Google Hangouts. Your administrator will be providing a schedule that is specific to your school, so please check with them prior to scheduling your Hangouts for next week. For preschool half-day programs, please schedule this window of time for the morning and afternoon sessions. There are videos for how to set up these connection meetings on the remote learning website and linked into the Pre-K-5 PD Planning for Remote Learning document. iReady lessons in literacy are a great opportunity for students to practice skills they need in the key areas of reading development. For 1st through 5th grade, students will engage in lessons and activities based on their diagnostic results. In addition, remember you can assign specific lessons based on what you know about your students. We know many kindergarten teachers and students may be new to using iReady. The iReady team is working to provide videos to support your learning. We encourage you to take some time to view these videos as you get started. Students new to iReady will not take a diagnostic assessment, and teachers will assign lessons based on what they know about their students. Preschool families can access learning through the P-5 Choice Reading link. Consider that some of these resources are appropriate for different age ranges. We recommend that all teachers explore and make suggestions to your families as to which of these choice reading opportunities would be most beneficial for their child. Some examples for early learners are Scholastic Learn at Home, Unite for Literacy, and Head Sprout for preschool and kindergarten. For all classrooms, we encourage 20 to 30 minutes of daily independent reading, and there are choices for listening to stories and watching videos of read-alouds. Keep in mind, some of these options are also available through their Clever accounts. iReady lessons in math can be assigned to the whole class, to small groups, or to individuals. As you begin assigning math lessons in iReady, and you'll probably just be focusing on whole group at this point, you may be wondering where to begin. The focus of elementary math learning will be on review and practice of standards, where we know that many students have unfinished learning and can benefit from additional experiences. With that in mind, fluency standards at each grade level, as well as some key standards focused on problem solving, have been recommended as a starting point for teachers. A list of those suggested standards is linked in this slide. Remember that for the time being, students new to iReady will not take the diagnostic assessment, and teachers will assign those lessons based on what they know about their students. Since iReady supports K-5, preschool families can access math learning through the link titled Preschool Math located in the virtual pathway document. This resource will connect you directly to the Bridges Story collection. Encourage your families to spend 15 minutes per day engaging in a math activity from this resource. Our intention is to provide access to students daily with an experience with either science or social studies each day. The lessons are curated by the Discovery Education team on a weekly basis. We will post the week's set of lessons on Sunday evening. All links and student activities are in a PDF form, and parents and students can work through the videos, student sheets, and activities. Students do not need to print the activity sheets. The links to the weekly lessons will be on the Discovery Ed link in the Student Pathway document under Science and Social Studies. Preschool families will not access Discovery Education. Therefore, please access the preschool link on the Pathway document titled Preschool Science and Social Studies. This link will direct students to National Geographic for Kids. Preschool staff, please familiarize yourself with this resource. As a teacher, you now have access to many of the Discovery Education resources that you can add to your Google Classroom as you wish. On the APS Remote Learning website under PK5 is the link to a webinar that includes what content is available and how to add content to your Google Classroom. Students will have access to explore the resources in Discovery Education on their own through Clever. We have also included additional resources that you as a teacher can use in your own Google Classroom if you wish to support students with science and social studies. Each specialist teacher will have a Google Classroom for grades K2 and 3-5. In those classrooms, they will have resources for students to participate in activities for art, music, PE, STEM, and tech. Specialist teachers will have daily opportunities for students to interact with them. You will also be able to create opportunities for kids free of expectations or assignments for grades. The purpose is for teachers to provide access to resources in order for them to be educated as a whole child. Preschool staff should support families to engage in art, music, and PE by utilizing the links on the pathway. The goal for elementary teachers is to provide embedded language supports during remote learning experiences so students have access to lessons and opportunities to continue practicing the English language every day. It is not an expectation that dedicated ELD be explicitly taught through the remote learning format for the P5 grades. For teachers, our CLDE department is working on compiling strategies and resources that teachers can use to engage students in discourse online and at home with their family. Additionally, the CLDE department is compiling lists of additional resources and websites that CLDE teacher leaders and classroom teachers can use as they see fit. The CLDE teacher leader can be a resource in supporting you with providing supports for your multilingual learners by co-planning with you ways for students to interact with and practice language, vetting additional resources, and offering strategies to have students practice that language every day. For families, resources for parents to work with their child in continuing to develop English language and literacy skills will be available on the APS remote learning site in a variety of locations for ease of access for families. While these resources are not specific ELD lessons, they offer opportunities for students to continue practicing and reinforcing language development. You will see the embedded link called Family Literacy Guides that will take them to documents that are translated in various languages. In addition to any core learning tasks recommended for literacy, math, science, and social studies, and specials, we also wanted to provide additional choice learning opportunities for preschool through fifth grade students where they can engage in fun yet educational experiences. In this section, students and parents will be directed to this interactive page where they will see a variety of choices to explore, such as virtual field trips, online museum exhibits, and other various educational games or experiences. Any of these choice opportunities are appropriate for grades P-5. However, we did note the ones that were specifically intended for our youngest learners in preschool and kindergarten. Please note that some of these links will ask parents to create a free account in order to have access. So please support students and parents as questions arise. As a reminder, each teacher will have a Google Classroom and students will be invited to join for their daily learning experience. Google Classroom is the main platform for engaging students in their daily connections and for providing reminders about their daily learning pathway. If you have not previously used Google Classroom, please refer to the Pre-K-5 PD Planning for Remote Learning document for additional professional learning opportunities that are provided. As we conclude this webinar, we want to provide an additional reminder that we will all need grace. Everyone who is responsible for supporting student learning in APS, all teachers, paraprofessionals, administrators, staff, consultants, are embarking upon this challenge together. We will make mistakes, we will learn along the way, and we will always extend grace to one another and ourselves as we do our very best for you and for students one day at a time. Please feel free to contact us with any questions that you might have. We are happy to provide the support you may need as we navigate this new learning environment together. Thank you so much.